What is up, degenerates? It is Monday, November 24th. How do we do today? I was very green today, except my options play, and I'll go over that in a sec. I did put a poll out on YouTube. What is your favorite thing about these videos? And only 5 votes. Let me refresh this. I just did it. Let's see if we got any more. 6 votes. And a comment from Grumpy Toad. Got to shout him out. I never give him a shout out, and he is a loyal watcher and commenter on my videos. Appreciate it, Grumpy. So the winner's weekly top 10, which I figured that's the most viewed of my videos, the most commented on, the most liked, and upcoming predictions, which I'll do today for the declarations coming tomorrow. 17%. My option trades at 17%, which I just started that. I mean, I did one trade. I did it today. We'll go over that. It wasn't great, but yeah. And the recent declarations, 0. So I'll still cover those, and I'm going to leave this open and see what kind of feedback we get there. But appreciate the feedback. So let's go over we're still waiting on rec shares declarations. They do Monday after the close on all of them except Altai, which is Wednesday. And but look at the market; it was great today. I mean, green. Except Walmart. Walmart was down 1.18. WNTI from rec shares down 1.38. Again, leverage. They're going to lose more when it's down. They're going to gain more when it's up. But that's pretty solid. Coin was up 6.47. COII from Rex was up 6.04. So they did a good job capturing most of that. Sometimes you see them capture more. NVII captured more, 18% more. TSII captured 1% more, 101% more. Tesla was up 6.82. TSII up 6.94, and that's as designed with these funds. Their growth in income with a little bit of leverage. They'll go up more than the underlying on average. They'll go down more than the underlying when they're down. So that's rec shares. We're still waiting on the declarations from them. But you guys said you don't care about the declarations. You care more about the predictions. So let's do some predictions. Yield Max Group 1, they declare tomorrow, and X date is Wednesday, payday probably Friday because Thursday's a holiday, and Friday the market closes early, closes at 1. I think bond market closes at 2, but it's a short day on Friday. Thursday it's closed, of course. I think Wednesday's a normal trading day. But let's talk about Group 1 from YieldMax. And let's look at how they did. I mean, it was a great day. Chippy's up 3.91. Feet up 4. 5E up 4. GPTY up 3. LFGY up 3. QDTY. The indexes were up 1. A little over 1, as expected. Salty was down 2.88 as expected. Green market, Salty's an inverse fund. It goes down. It's a short fund. Alti was up 1% for you haters. YMAG up 2.6 and YMAX up 2.5%. So great. The NASDAQ was up 2.62, which destroyed my option play. I'll talk about that. And RDT, the Russell was up 1.89, and the S&P was up 1.55. So a great day. The NASDAQ had its best day since May, and I did a bearish credit spread on the NASDAQ, so you can imagine. But I'll show you. But anyway, let's do some predictions here. All right, Chippy. Last payment was 41. cents, and these are weekly. I'm giving them 44 cents, 43% yield. Feet, last payment was 38 cents. I'm giving them 38 cents, 77% yield. 5E, last payment was 27 cents. I'm giving them 34 cents, 58% yield. GPTY, GIPT, last payment was 30 cents. I'm giving them 32 cents. LFGY, paying 93% based on the current price, average of the last three. Remember, the prices have gone down. Yields will go up, if the payments are the same. And they've paid 55, 50, 37 on LFGY. So they, have trended down, but less than the price drops on these. But up today, again, we love it. So LFGY, we're going to give them 48 cents, 93% yield. QDTY on the Qs. What did they pay last? 34 cents. We're giving them 33 cents, 39% yield. RDTY on the Russell, last payment was 44 cents. We're giving them 42 cents, 55% yield. SDTY on the S&P, that's the worst yielder of yield max, and it's 29%. So, you can complain about these funds. Everyone does. I don't. They pay great yield. They don't go to zero. Reverse split all you want. Just keep paying the yield. And keep my value the same, which is what a reverse split does. I can do a super deep dive on reverse splits with these if you want. This is not an equity. This is not like Palantir doing a reverse split. That means the company is struggling. YieldMax is not struggling. These funds they pay massive yields, and if you drip, you're going to match the underlying exactly. If you don't, which you don't have to, you're not paying that money back into the net. The distribution comes right out of the NAV. So if they pay you, let's say, a 2% per week, that's 104% annual, it's going to go down 2%. If the underlying goes down 2%, it's down 4%. And it's harder to recover, especially in this market. So I have no problems with YieldMax right now. They're doing what they're designed to do. They are income funds, not growth. Income. So anyway, SDTY, last payment was 25 cents. I think I kept them right there. 29% yield. Salty, again, it's paying 82%. A great hedge with Alti. Alti and Salty, you're getting yield on both sides. One's going up, one's going down, so you're still not going to get growth, but you may not get as much loss between, if you pair them. So anyway, Salty paid 76 cents last time. That was massive for them. I'm giving them 63 cents, 82% yield. Alti, everyone loves to hate Alti. They paid 7 cents, 6 cents, 6 cents. A lot of people say 5 cents is coming. I'm giving them 7 cents, 89% yield. So 82 and 89 between the two. YMAG, again, if they're in blue here, I own them. So I do own these. I drip them. I don't put new money into them. You guys know what I'm putting new money into if you watch my videos. But YMAG paid 9 cents last time. That was a little disappointing. But I'm giving them 13 cents, 48% yield. And YMAX, last payment was 13 cents. And I'm giving them 15 cents, 77% yield. So that's group 1 for YieldMax. I haven't looked at the website. I assume they're going to pay Friday. They normally pay Thursday, but because of Thanksgiving, I think they'll pay Friday. So that's Group 1 Yieldmax. Defiance, their single stock ETFs declare tomorrow. X date's Wednesday. Payday is normally Thursday. I think it'll be Friday with the holiday. AMDU. Let's move over one. Averaging 56 cents. Overpaying, in my opinion. But a lot of 100%ers in they stepped it up for sure as far as distributions. So I'm giving them 39 cents. Still 101% yield. ETHI, Ethereum based, is averaging 19 cents. 163% yield. Again, the price has come down. The yield has gone up. I'm giving them 15 cents. 119% yield. Based on the current price, average of the last three distributions. HIMI on Hims and Hers averages 25 cents, 160% yield. I'm giving them 19 cents, 118% yield. Who is on Robinhood, and Robinhood had a great day today. They are averaging 31 cents, which I think is too much. I'm giving them 24 cents, 101% yield. MST made the top 10 last week. You guys said you liked the top 10. We'll keep doing the top 10. MST on strategy averages 8 cents, 204% yield. It's a $2 fund. Reverse split could be coming. And I think if some of these other funds start doing reverse splits, more people will understand this is a maintenance issue with these. It's not a company doing a reverse split, which means they're suffering. These funds, just they keep paying the same yield. Your value doesn't change with a reverse split. Your shares go down, but your share price goes up. So you own this. Your dollars are the same, and the distributions. For example, MST, they're paying 8 cents. If they do a 1 for 10, they're going to pay 80 cents. So the yield stays the same. And they can go down again. We will capture that yield all the way down, reverse split, capture the yield. I mean, it's a lot of people don't understand that, and I'm sorry for them. They buy something, it goes down some, they sell it, it sucks. No, these are long-term income funds. They're meant to drip. If you drip, your total return is better. That I can guarantee. I can do a video on that if you want. But you don't have to. I used to take the distributions and put them in other funds. But I noticed my total return was getting worse. I started dripping again. I dripped at the beginning when I first found these back in January. I turned drip back on for the last 2 months, and it's been much better for me as far as just looking at total return, because the market's been hammered. So I like to see, it's basically dollar cost averaging as it's going down, and getting more shares. So when it does go up, I have all those extra shares, and I could sell at a later point for much more of a profit, if that makes sense. So anyway, MST averaging 8 cents, 204% yield. I'm giving them 6 cents, 141% yield. Again, 6 cents, you can complain all you want. That's 141% yield. And again, you drip them, you get more. I did not buy MST. I know I talked about it. It was on the top 10. It was the top 10 weekly payer. I decided because ICOI, you guys know I love ICOI, is monthly pay. And they declare this week. They pay twice in December. They do not pay in November, so I just loaded up more. SMCC, you guys know I bought that recently. I am down on it, but pays 29 cents per week. I'm sorry, we're at PLT. 37 cents average, 158% yield. Does not match the IV, so I brought it down. 26 cents, 106% yield. SMCC, I've been buying recently. 29-cent average, 188% yield. Again, that's on Super Microcomputer, which I am bullish on. I brought them down to 20 cents, 128% yield. And QLDY, that's the NASDAQ Lightning Spread, pays twice a week. Averages 41% yield. I'm giving them the exact same thing. 19 cents, 41% yield. So that is Defiance. Yield Boost pays today. We went over those declarations last time. But I've got to just show you on Yield Boost. You know, everyone says, well, they're so capped on the upside. Yes, they're also capped on the downside. And when we see a down market, they go down not nearly as much as the underlyings. But we had a green market today, so they didn't go up as much. We'll just do an average here. On average, and again, these are all double leverage funds, with the exception of YSPY, which is a triple leverage S&P that trades on, and Soxel is a triple leverage semiconductor fund that SEMI or SEMY pays on. They just launched, already, declared they pay, tomorrow, yeah. So anyway, on average, the underlyings were up 10.95% today. Double leverage for the most part. And Yield Boost is only up 2%. So you think that stinks, but you've seen in a red day, it's much better. It goes down 10%, Yield Boost goes down 2%. So it's, they only capture 19% of the upside today, and that seems pretty average. Even, on a down day, they only capture about 20% of the downside, and they're paying massive yields. Look at these, averaging 119% yield between all. COYY, the biggest, 180% yield, and that's weekly. We love Yield Boost. Grumpy loves Yield Boost. Another shout out there. Income Blast from Tuttle, they pay weekly. They had a good day. The underlyings were up 5.21. That's IBIT and MicroStrategy. Income Blast from Tuttle beat them 5.4%. They captured 103% of the gain. So that's good. They'll declare, I don't know, because they normally declare Thursday. Same with Yield Boost. So maybe they'll declare Friday and still pay, and X date will be Monday, payday Tuesday. Same with Bitwise. They declare, I did look that up. Normally they declare Thursday, and X date is Friday, payday is Tuesday. Again, monthly. But I did see that they're going to declare Wednesday, X date Friday, payday Tuesday for the Bitwise funds. Look at these. Their underlyings were up 6.6%. Bitwise was up 5.3%. They captured 87% of the yield, as they're supposed to. They are capped, but massive yields, 200% on average. iCoy 261. Why do you think I'm buying it? And that's on Coin. I'm bullish on all of them in the long term. Short term, the market will fluctuate. It'll go up, it'll go down, but 10 years from now, it should be higher. But we'll see. So we talked about that. Roundhill, they have two, they declare every day. WPay declared today, 44 cents. That is a 55% yield. I know a lot of you like WPay. I like WPay. It came in late and just wasn't on my radar to put money in because I'm in income mode. And when I get into, I'll switch to growth and income mode once I have the income I want and kind of split it up. And then eventually I'll go into full growth mode, when I'm living off these. But anyway, YBTC on Bitcoin, they last payment was 28 cents. Again, they'll declare tomorrow. I'm giving them 29 cents, 51% yield. YETH or YETH on Ethereum. Last payment was 23 cents. I am giving them 28 cents, 88% yield. So that's pretty much the coverage with those. We talked about Bitwise. Let's talk about options. I did, and it's not updated yet. Wait, that's the new one. Yeah, it hasn't updated on my my account history what I did today. So anyway, I did this from work. Work was hectic. I tried to get it at 9:45 to do this trade at 9:45. It was a credit call spread on the Qs, and I did sell it. I sold a 600 Q call, and then I bought a 603 Q call, and so the maximum, risk is $300 minus the credit I received. I received $103. Remember when we were looking yesterday, it was like 30 something bucks, but it started to creep up in the pre-market. The delta on the 600 was still around 15, which I like. Again, 0 DTE, and so I got $103 to initiate the trade. That's a credit, and I set a profit target of like 50 something, 50% profit. Buy it back sell it 103, buy it back at 50. Usually this is about 80% accurate, and I'm just not financial advice. I haven't tracked that. I will start tracking that for you guys. But I think I set it for like 51.50 to buy back, 50% profit, and that's usually done by 10 or 11 in the morning. As soon as I initiated this trade, the market started flying. And this is a bearish, neutral to bearish play. And the market blew through these. So I canceled my profit take, and I did just close it out at 292. So I sold it for 103, bought it for 292. So I lost, what's that, 189 bucks on that. So, I mean, long run, it's a profitable play. The market should not have gone up like it did today. I think it's just been down so lately, and profit takers on the shorts started buying in. But fundamentally, I'm not like, let's go, we're gonna just moon from here. I'm not there. So that was what I did today. Now tomorrow, so Monday I do 0 DTE on preferably the Qs. If they don't fit my criteria, I'll do SPY. But the Qs fit the criteria. I do a $3 width on those, short, and a short delta of 15. On Tuesdays, I do a weekly trade, and it's not technically a full week because I'll do a Friday expiration on the Qs again, my preference. I'll also do SPY or IWM, but the Qs are set up for it, so I'm going to do it again tomorrow. I only do iron condors and iron butterflies if it's super neutral. The IV rank on the index that I'm trading is less than 25. And if you look at use Market Chameleon, right now the IV rank is at 78. Remember, it was at 92 last night. So it's come down, but it's still still volatile, more volatile than usual. And direction, we're going to do bearish again. Because, I mean, this is today. It shot up. And we had, our 600 and our 603. It closed at 605. So it blew through. That's why we close it at 2 o'clock. My rule is 50% profit or 2 p.m. That's it on the 0 DTE. Now, Tuesday, I do the Friday expiration with the holiday. And normally I hold it till Thursday or hit my profit. Usually on Wednesday. But I'll hold it till Thursday and close it towards the close on Thursday. But we don't have a Thursday week, so I will same profit targets, 60% on this trade, and I will close it before the close on Wednesday. You don't want to hold. I don't hold this into Friday on a normal week because then you've got and again this is a theta scalp. You're scalping the time decay, and I've noticed between Thursday and Friday, it's what I call a gamma explosion. Gamma, it's an option Greek, and I don't want to lose you guys, but it's basically the delta of the delta. And it's crazy aftermarket Thursday. Your delta is like exponentially moving. So anyway, this is what I'm thinking. We're still under the 20-day moving average. The VIX has dropped, so less volatility. VIX is down to 20. I want below 28 when I do this type of trade, so that qualifies. We're going to do a 25 delta. We will verify that right after the open. This is a 9:45 trade. Let's see. Here we go. Let's find the delta here. And I get real-time delta from Robinhood. This is delayed, but I think we've been closed long enough to see that. But I want a 25 delta as opposed to a 15 that we did. So I'm going to scroll down. Get rid of the ad. So we've got a 23 delta. 23.99 or 26.97. The closest to 25 is the 614. And remember, the Qs are at 605. So we're going to do a bear credit spread with a 5 width wing. In other words, we're going to sell which one are we at? The 614 call for income. We're going to buy the 619 call for protection. So our maximum loss is 500 minus the credit we receive. And I've got it up here. This is on Robinhood. Currently, the 614 sell for income, 619 buy for protection is $1.04, $104. If the after hours or the pre-market comes up a little bit, this will be worth more. But it might change which strike we choose. But it's always a $5 width with these. So our max loss is $3.96. $5 width minus the credit, which is $1.04. So $3.96 max loss. We will immediately set it for a 60% profit. So if we did do this one and fill 104, 60% of that, 60 some cents. Or 3 o'clock on Wednesday, regardless, we'll close it. Profit or loss. And that usually works out. I will watch that short delta throughout. And again, I work full time. I kind of modified this plan based on that. I can't watch it all day, every day. If I could, I would make much more money. But anyway. So I will watch this short delta, which is right now $23.99, the 614. If that gets to 35, I will immediately roll it to next week. And usually you can still get a credit, and then you're just basically buying time till next week. So I will do that if the short delta is greater than, well, if it's 35 or more, I will roll this and I'll go back to a short delta of 25. But make sure I get at least like a 30% credit of the original credit, which right now is 104. So if this is like 30 something cents to roll it, I'll do it. And, buys us more time. And that becomes profitable almost all the time when I do it this way. I know it's a lot. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. It's easier for me to understand than for me to try to get you to understand. But so give me a question if you need it. Anyway, that is the coverage. Let's go back to our poll. Refresh. We had 6 votes. And 6 votes. Weekly top 10, that's my favorite too. Because that determines what I'm going to buy as far as the high yield ETFs for the following week. I bought more ICOI today. I talked about maybe buying some MST, but no. All ICOI, because they declare this week, they'll pay next week, and they pay twice in December. And they're paying massive. So let's go back to ICOI. Yeah, they're paying, averaging $4.63 a month on a $21 fund, 261% yield. So, income. That's why I'm here. If you want growth and income, RECs are good. Or, some of the index ones. If you want pure growth, index ones are probably good. But that's the coverage. Let me know what you think. Hit the like. Subscribe if you don't. And leave me a comment. I appreciate it. So anyway, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.